इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत हैं पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क, धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good afternoon, friends, and a very warm welcome to this business opportunity over chai. This business opportunity over chai, which happens at every noon, is a one-place platform where we bring new brands in the market who are ready for the scale-up. Because picking up a business is a complete process, and we need to have a real justification that why this brand is going to be expanding and help you get the better ROI. So this business opportunity over chai has been organized by Franchise India Group, hosted by the management team of Franchise India, Mr. Gaurav Maurya, Chairman Franchise India Group, and Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, MD Franchise India Brands. Friends, today is a very special day because we're talking about a great brand, of course, to talk about, and an industry to talk about, International College of Fashion. This brand has been awarded as the Asia's fastest growing fashion design college. With credentials of 10 plus glorious years, 1,000 plus alumni base, 200 plus fashion shows, 30 fashion designers, and even Breakeven that you get within a year. So great business opportunity that can really help you pick up the right business for yourself. Now, if we talk about the fashion industry, it's absolutely very emerging, and the studies reveal that the textile and apparel industry in India is the second largest employer in the country, providing direct employees to 45 million people and 100 million people in aligned industries. So with that, I would like to invite the panelists and the team of the brand International College of Fashion. So with us, we have Ms. Bajaj, who is also the founder of the brand, the International College of Fashion. Ms. Duggal, who is the dean. Mr. Mukherjee, Mr. Abhishek Mukherjee, who's leading the corporate part of Assistant Vice President Corporate Services, who can really help you understand the financial and the business model. With that, can I invite the founder, Ms. Bajaj, and Dr. Duggal, in fact, to talk about how this concept exactly started. What came to your mind? What made you trigger this brand? Over to you, please.
Vani ma'am, would you like to start?
Ma'am, I believe that Ms. Bajaj ma'am is having some issues with the network.
Okay. All right. Okay, we can start. So hi, everyone. My name is Dr. Duggal, and I am the Dean at International College. And to begin with, welcome. And I'm hoping that we are all looking forward to having a successful year ahead, and a Happy New Year to that too. So to begin with, what, where, how did ICF start? So ICF belongs to the parent company, which is Bajaj Capital. I'm sure all of you must have heard of it. So they had this College of Financial Planning because of their background. They've been in the education business from the year 2000. Year 2010, we had our first batch in the design concept. So International College of Fashion was born in the year 2010. And from there, so the concept here was that we needed to be we needed to train industry ready people. So before we actually launched the course, we had a lot of discussion with the industry people and all the stakeholders, which does not it's designers, anything and everything to do with this entire industry. So they're manufacturers, they're retailers, they're wholesalers, they're e-commerce. So we actually spoke and we talked to each and every one of them, along with IIT Delhi Department of Management Studies, to understand how to manage, because we all understand that to a large extent fashion industry is a little unorganized, but yes, it is on its way. So that's where IIT Delhi Department of Management came in. And then we also looked into the nuances of teaching design, and that came from NID Ahmedabad. So, and of course, because the course has a lot of stress, played on the entrepreneurial aspect of it. So therefore, NISBAD came in, and now we also are connecting with the Sector Skill Council. So we are making everybody industry ready. So there is a lot of gap between what actually design students learn and what they are required to do in the industry. So there's a huge gap. ICF fills that gap, because anybody who is graduating from here will be ready, like a plug and play kind of a thing, will be ready to get into the industry, get into the market, and start work from day one, which means we also make sure that every student is placed. So there is 100% placements. So, a lot of students who come in either want to be placed, in the industry and would get good pays, or they want to start their own businesses. So we've, over the years, over the past 13 years, we've had a lot of people, I think over 30 startups. And every year we have our students launching their own ventures in this industry, be it a label, be it a brand, be it a manufacturing unit, be it an export unit, or whatever they would like to, but everything. So an interesting part in this concept is that a student who's enrolled is not only learning designing. So they're learning marketing, they're learning entrepreneurship, they're learning design, they're learning e-commerce, they're learning everything. So from concept to consumer, everything required. So you need to, create a brand, you need to maintain a brand, you need to do photo shoots, so fashion photography, styling, designing, everything is a part of their learning. So it's a 360 degree of learning. So when they go out, they cannot be stuck that, oh, I did not know this and I want to learn this. That doesn't happen. So any organization, if they want to fill in for a visual merchandiser, they can go there. If they want to fill in for an e-commerce or a social media handling, they can get in there. They can handle production, they can handle design. So they are really, really made ready for the industry. Also, every skill is enhanced. Like I said, we are also associating with the Sector Skill Council, which means they also will give certifications. Every student will be assessed by the Sector Skill Council of India and given certification. So that also helps them to move ahead. And the faculties that we hire, we do, like, from a franchising point of view, the faculty can be, you can have like some full-time faculty members for courses that are that require more time and effort with the student. So that's a longer duration of hours given to the student. So one can hire permanent faculties for those. The rest can all be people who are specialized in industry. So we do not have core educators who come and teach. We have professionals. So if somebody is teaching you design, is a designer. So we have a lot of fashion designers and big names coming in. We are also, if somebody's teaching you textiles, so this person has to be a textile designer. So whatever they are experiencing in the real world will be taught to them. So it's a lot of research-based studying, a lot of practical. So it's primarily experiential learning is what you will get here. So yeah, this is the crux of the story. And so every student will get a degree. So there is a new NEP system that people are that the government has started, and the Sector Skill Council and the university has started following that, which means the student can have an exit and an entry at any level after earning certain credits. So that becomes a big advantage for the intake of students. So from a franchising point of view, if somebody is wanting to enroll, so they can have various exit points and entry points. And every student is going to get a government recognized degree. From our point of view, I'm sure Abhishek will talk to you through it, but yeah, we will be hand-holding every franchisee that we on board, and their faculty recruitment, faculty developments, everything, SOPs, all will be handled by us. And we'll make sure that they succeed, because if they succeed, that's where our success is. So we will make sure nobody fails. So I think the rest of it, Abhishek ji can come up and tell us about the marketing and everything.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Dugal. That was so inspiring of you setting the prospect, because a lot of brands don't do that. They just sell their franchise, but I really get a feeling you're going to handhold them for the complete process. Thank you for that. And Mr. Abhishek, do you want to take over the stage and talk more about the brand before we come on the formal presentation?
I will surely do that. And, Gulbash ma'am, as usual, a wonderful, speech from your side. Just to add to it, before I speak, let me just share some feedback that we got from one of the candidates who actually studied with us. So let me share my screen, post the video, then I will continue.
Please.
Very smooth and very lovely journey with ICF, because I always wanted to start up my career as a fashion stylist, or maybe somewhere from a fashion background only. But yeah, so the basic requirements and the things which I really need to know before entering a fashion industry, I think ICF have fulfilled that. And Gulbash ma'am being a wonderful dean for us, she has supported us in every field which we are required with any advice or anything related to fashion. So yeah, I would really like to thank ICF for the startup of my career again, because without ICF, I think I wouldn't have got the same kind of attention from another college, because having less crowd, I feel that you get more, attention over there. And yeah, that's the thing I want to say.
Great. So just putting that in perspective, I think many of us are watching Shark Tank India nowadays with lots of entrepreneurs coming on board, trying to present their products. Some of them are even fashion brands. In fact, if you remember, one of them actually came up with shoes, Flathead, if you remember, and did not get a pitch. Somebody said, hey, why don't you get a job with us? He refused that job. He said, no, I want to continue with my dream of designing new and better shoes. And within 2 days, his entire stock was sold out. That is the power of media now. That is the power that we want to offer people who want to build this brand. As Gulbash ma'am mentioned, we are affiliated with some very reputed colleges and institutions which do recognize us. The students who have actually graduated from our college have spoken volumes about the way we teach. So the product is strong. The product is very good. It is very industry ready. And I think from that perspective, we all want to, and very honestly, when we want to start a franchisee, a very critical aspect and element also is that we want all of you to also succeed, because if you succeed, we all succeed. So from that perspective, I think welcome, and we would be glad to post. Why don't you have, if you have any questions, there's a chat button at the bottom, put in your questions there, post the webinar. You can also have the forum to yourself and ask more questions. We'll be happy to answer them. I'm pretty sure many of you are eager investors who want to go ahead and have a brand that you can be proud of. This is a 12-year brand, International College of Fashion. So it is definitely a brand that is worth connecting with. And welcome to the forum today. And happy Republic Day in advance, though it's still 8 days ahead. But welcome to the forum today. And Ashok sir, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Mukherjee. Yeah, Ashok sir, please, over to you. And friends, just to introduce Mr. Ashok, and Mr. Ashok is an industry specialist who really takes a deep dive on understanding the business model. Mr. Ashok works in a capacity as a strategy consultant, and that's what a lot of companies would need, a lot of help that anybody would need. So Ashokji, welcome, please. Over to you.
Thank you, Saras, and thank you, entire team of ICF. So I think now I'll take everybody through the presentation, and I think we'll talk it much more in detail. Yeah, so just let me share my screen. A lot of basically this information already discussed and detailedly briefed by Dr. Gulbaz and Abhishek ji. But still, so basically the International College of Fashion is also basically is promoted by the Bajaj Capital Group. Yeah. So that I want to add here. Then in this throughout the presentation, we will have a look at the detailed about the brand. Then we'll look at the opportunity assessment in terms of market, and then what is the franchisee proposal for our franchisee partners to consider. So first of all, basically, if you look at their unique design of entrepreneurship curriculum, so their curriculum basically is developed by National Institute of Design, IIT Delhi, and National Institute for Entrepreneurship and Small Business Development. So that they are basically they have designed the curriculum. And now, as I think Saras has already mentioned in the beginning of the presentation, okay, they are the basically the awarded as Asia's fastest growing fashion institute, rated among the top fashion entrepreneur colleges. Right? And they also have the membership of a Fashion Design Council of India, World's Global Style Network, then the Indus Entrepreneurs, and the Sector Skill Council. So this basically, if you look at their program, so basically now I'll talk more about some of the industry dynamics. And once you come to the Indian education system, even we see the changes, like whole industry is shifting towards technical education, professional education, medical education, and skill development. But still, India is facing a biggest challenge in terms of employment. But that is why, because basically people are graduated from the colleges, but they don't have the skill set for an employment or to do the business. So the skill development is going to be key for the future for the students. So a skill set is necessary for in all segments. Even you do a job or you start your business, skills are required everywhere. If you have the right skill set, you can achieve much more than what beyond or even your capabilities. Right? So now we're coming to the International College of Fashion. So it was started in 2010. So they have basically 12 years of glorious history. Again, they have basically 30 plus fashion startup. So basically in 10 years, so that means every year, basically their students starting 3 ventures. So that's again, these ventures are again generating employment for the basic, that basically again supports our nation development, social development, economic development, all aspects of the country development. They have done basically more than 200 fashion shows, and they have 1,000 plus students, alumni. Now we're coming to the vision of the ICF is basically encompasses overall development of the professionals who basically would become the torch bearer of the entrepreneurial revolution. Again, and mission basically how to achieve this vision. So they have broken down into key aspects. Basically, they maintain dynamic, responsive curricular by creative program. They foster student creativity and achievement through innovative methods, and they develop our students basically analytical and communication skills. In today's world, basically, if you look at the industry, everything is basically driven by the data. But to analyze the data, you need to have a right skill set. How to interpret that data, how to process that data and convert into a decision-making document. So that's again very, very important for the any aspect. And students basically equip student with technology, training, and international skills. Those are necessary for the success of any dynamic business model. They offer basically government recognized diploma programs and degree programs. So they have bachelor 3-year bachelor degree and 2 years master degree, and they do like 6-month certification programs and 1-year advanced diploma program in fashion design. So, but why ICF? So if you look at the strength of the organization, basically, so they have the super specialized courses, they have expert faculties, they have developed basically unique curriculum, they have basically 100% placements in government recognized degree and diploma certificate, and they are the award-winning institute in fashion design and entrepreneurship. Again, so beyond your academic, they do, as we have already discussed, they have done basically more than 200 fashion shows. So this is basically again a snapshot of events. If you look at the placements, they have achieved 100% placement, and so they have in their portfolio of like 100 plus companies for placement. Again, the core team, so Ms. Bani Bajaj, she is the promoter, and Mr. Vinod Kaul, he is the joint managing director, and Dr. Gulbas Duggal, she is the dean of the college. Now I will look at some of the industry sides. So if you look at fashion industry, and again, talking about the numbers, before I would like to say, if you consider like fashion, I think fashion is the industry which brings basically continuous change to our lives. So you consider anything, everything changes with time, but that change starts with fashion. So it brings that fashion change, then it basically transferred to the other aspects of our lives. Even is your food, even is your technology, your equipment, your design, decoration, everything basically. So fashion is, I think, permanent to bring the change to the society. If you look at the fashion industry market size, it's 20,000 crores industry size. And if you look at the global designer wear industry, is currently around 2.2 lakh crores. So if you consider 2.2 lakh crores and India is at 20,000 crores, so that means we are at less than 10% of the global market size. But if you look at the demographics of India and population of India, is basically we are the second largest country in the world. So basically this again gives like what is the kind of potential India has in terms of scale up. If you look at the revenue by fashion industry segment, so it is around $16-17 billion as of 2021, and this market is expected to be around 33-34 US billion dollars in 2025. So basically industry is going to double in the next 3-4 years. So that means there's a huge demand in the industry. Yeah. Even if you look at the statement by ASSOCHAM, so they have said basically in a study, they are saying the industry is going to grow at a CAGR of 40%. Now again, coming to the basically regions to partner with the ICF. So if you, once you look at the market size of India, so India has the huge opportunity, right? And then basically brand strength. So if you look from any perspective in terms of their curriculum design, their placement services, their faculties, and the kind of success they have already established over the past 12 years. So that's already explains the brand strength to scale up at the national level. And then basically partner benefit. So basically over the years, they have developed an optimized investment plan, and they have basically perfected their operations. So improved operational efficiency, growing opportunity with low investment model and attractive ROIs. And break even can be basically achieved within a year, right? And existing, again, if some centers who have already have the underutilized infrastructure or center, that can be a more profitable venture for any partner. Again, basically, so ICF will provide them complete in terms of marketing support. So centralized marketing will be taken care by ICF, and they will also provide the local marketing support and basically intensive support for student enrollment and acquisition, and basically complete hand-holding and end-to-end support to start to operate. Now we are coming to the strategy part. Now, what is our go-to-market strategy? So ICF is inviting franchisee partners for their single unit, multi-unit, and master unit franchisees. So we are open for all three formats. So single unit franchisees and multi-unit. If somebody is interested for multi-units for a single city, so single investor can basically set up 2 or 3 centers in a city, and they can operate. The master franchisee, we are looking for the cluster-based approach. So where basically master franchisee can further sub-franchise these centers. Master franchisee approach, basically company has spent decades in streaming, perfecting operations and massive expansion plan going forward. And so master franchisee will be appointed for a cluster where they have the responsibility to develop 10 centers. So each cluster will be led by an area master franchisee partner. So area master franchisee partner to pay franchisee fees of 50 lakh. So that is the area master franchisee fees, plus under 35 lakh rupees for center development. So their total investment goes up to around 80 to 85 lakhs. If somebody has their existing infrastructure, and then basically they can cut down their cost in terms of setup. And then basically for each sub franchise, 5 lakh rupees on each sign up they need to pay. And the royalty will be shared basically 75 and 25 ratio. And the central marketing fees collected year on year will be divided by 50-50. So 50% that revenue goes to the ICF to do the central level marketing at pan India level, and then basically 50% will be shared with the master franchisee, so they can do the marketing at the cluster level. Now we are coming to the investment dynamics. So the area that we are looking at, around 3,000 square feet is the requirement, and that area can be customized. So it is not limited to 3,000. If somebody has a good facility or good property at a lower rentals, that can be also considered. So the infrastructure and setup cost is 20 lakhs. Admin, reception and account costing again around 5 lakh. Library 4 lakh rupees investment. Business promotions around 5 lakh. Franchisee fees is going to be 10 lakh rupees, and license and registrations is another around 1 lakh rupees. So the total setup cost is around 45 lakhs. Property deposit has been considered like 6 lakh. So that's around 2 lakh rupees kind of rental, and working capital around 16 to 17 lakh. And their revenue structure basically, so the course fees is for diploma programs 85,000 rupees per year, and certification program 55,000. Bachelor programs for 3 years is 7.75 lakhs, and 2 year master degree programs is 6.5 lakhs. So based on the students, we are for the diploma programs, that includes your 6-month program and 1 year diploma, 90 students. And for degrees or bachelor degrees and master degrees, we are considering 50 students in the year 1. In second year, because we add another batch for a bachelor degree and master degree, and third year basically we get 3 batches of bachelor degree. So my student strength basically it goes up. So my total fees collection from the diploma programs around 63 to 64 lakhs in the year 1, and for degree programs is around 1 crore 42 lakhs. In second year it goes up to like 63.8. So diploma and 6-month programs, my fee collections remains the same for 3 years. And for degree programs, it goes up because once we add new batches. So in the second year, it goes up to 2.85 crores. In third year is 3.6 crores. If you look at the ROI, is over 100%, and cumulative ROI in 3 years is almost 400%. So whatever the investment you make of in this case, if you consider like 45 lakh rupees of investment, that means in 3 years, you 4x your money. So that goes up to around 1.9 crores kind of returns that we expect. Payback period is going to be around 19 months, and agreement period is going to be 3 years. So we are looking for partners who are basically operational fit, so who can manage basically day-to-day operations. And strategy fit, basically we are looking for entrepreneur mindsets. Marketing, basically a person has to have a good understanding of the local market and education clusters. So for higher basically student acquisitions. Yes, financial fit, investor has to have the investment capacity to run the center. So again, we are looking for basically master franchisee because investment is high, and so high even net worth individuals or investors can be a good partner for us. For people with designing background or education background will be our preferred partners. So now we are looking at our rollout plans, where the areas that we are looking for scale up. So initially we have shortlisted 25 cities And this is based on our current assessment where we have the maximum demand. So these are the areas where basically potential is very high for the first phase. And then for master franchisee rollout in the northern region, we have divided basically whole northern region into 3 area master franchise, or you can say in 3 clusters. So Delhi NCR and Rajasthan can be clubbed as a 1 cluster for 1 area master franchisee. Then UP and Uttarakhand is clubbed together for another cluster. Third cluster in northern region is basically clubbing Haryana, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh, and Jammu and Kashmir. So that's the third cluster in northern. So in northern area, we have 3 clusters for area master franchisee. In western region, we have 2 clusters. So one is your Maharashtra and Goa, and second cluster in Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh. So there's a role for 2 area master franchisees in western region. Eastern region, including the Northeast, again, we have the potential for 2 area master franchisees. So in Eastern, Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, and Odisha is the 1 cluster, and another includes West Bengal and entire Northeast in the second cluster. Third, basically last, your southern region, again, is classified into 3 clusters. Telangana and Andhra Pradesh has the potential for 1 cluster franchisee. Karnataka alone has the potential for 1 area master franchisee, and Tamil Nadu and Kerala again clubbed together for another area master franchisee. So that gives us the total complete mapping for area master franchisee, 10 unit, 10 clusters, and 25 cities shortlisted for single unit and multi-unit partners. Franchisee support functions. So again, so as we have already discussed, Dr. Duggal has already explained, basically they will provide complete hand-holding, basically starting from your pre-opening support, like setup guidance, artworks and design, vendor tie-up for equipment sourcing, staff recruitment training, networking and lead generation, pre-opening support. In post-opening, basically academic training support, examination, certification, placements, operational and fashion shows. So these supports will be provided in ongoing marketing guidance, academic development, technical and software support will be provided, R&D in terms of quality control support, and digital media assistance will be provided by the ICF to all their franchisee partners. So with this, I'll end the presentation, and so over to you, Saras.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ashokji. A wonderful opportunity, because as we just learned, fashion industry, the textile industry, is the second biggest giving, if we talk about the number of employment. Probably a decade, more than a decade of experience now, and centers all around is absolutely what is thriving here. So friends, the Q&A box is open now. If you have any questions that you're looking for, please post questions on the Q&A box. And now we are going to take some questions directly with the brand owners of ICF. Few questions that I see coming in is, we already talked, although Ashok, you already talked about the market trends. So what do you see, the trends are talking about? Because we see a lot of colleges mushrooming up, especially the fashion industry, which clearly says that the market scope is big. But what is your take on it? How do you feel this industry is going to be a new revolution in the market now?
Okay, so is this question, are you questioning this with Mr. Mukherjee or Abhishek ji? Would you like
either of you can answer it. This is on behalf of the investor. Thank you.
Okay, so like you said, a lot of people are starting the fashion schools. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's a booming business. Mm-hmm. Like we always say, no matter what recession, no matter what and how, fashion cannot die. People don't stop wearing clothes. So irrespective of, everything else, other situations around us, even when we were at home at the pandemic time, everybody wanted loungewear. So, maybe we didn't want to wear some party clothes, but yes, we were wanting to buy loungewear, comfortable, nice, stylish, stuff. So this business just does not get, any hit. And neither does learning the design, because see, the age that we are in right now and with all the difference that things are making in today's scenarios, everything is going digital. And even if we are learning designing and we are learning how to sell these designs, online is a great business. So we are all going digital, and even our education system is going like hybrid, half
Right.
online, half in class, etc. So anybody who wants to get into education business and specifically in design, it's again a very booming sector. Having said that, the only hit back that people take is that there are no placements given. There is no future being
Right.
seen.
Right.
Because if you see, a lot of design schools are there, mushrooming, like you mentioned, and there are thousands of so-called fashion designers are churned out every year. But we still have just a handful of them in the industry. We can name them and we can count them on our fingertips, and they are just there. But where does the rest of the world go? Because everybody has, learned fashion designing, so many people, but they're not there in the industry, which means people are interested. People want to learn designing. The only lagging becomes what to do next. So I can learn how to design, but, for example, I want to work with a designer. Let's say I want to work with Sabyasachi. Now, Sabyasachi, if I go work as an assistant designer, will not need me to design clothes, because that's his forte. He sells that, his design, his name. So if he needs an assistant designer, he'll probably need somebody to handle his retail, his social media, his production, his sampling, So when I'm learning designing, I'm not learning all of this. But at ICF, when you're learning designing, you're learning it along with all of this. So you do know how to handle media, how to make a lookbook, how to get a photo shoot done, how to handle backstage, how to handle fashion shows. So yeah, that's the difference that is there for the rest of the design schools and what ICF is doing.
Perfect. That gives a glimpse on that. Now, I would also like to understand on behalf of an investor that how the support system works. Are we running on FOFO model, FOCO model? So let's start from the journey. Somebody's interested. So how the process starts? How's the onboarding process starting? And what support would you give in terms of hiring the staff first? And then what support do you give for students, the marketing support, please?
Okay, so firstly, it's an FOFO model, franchise owned and franchise operated. And what we do is, when somebody's onboarded with all whatever we've done, we carry these memberships with them. I mean, we've forwarded to them, and they become the members as well as we do. Marketing. Okay, so first is that we will have to make sure that they have the right admin staff, they have the right core teaching staff. I'm not talking about the visiting faculties, and also maybe a center head is there, and maybe one more person, somebody, some counselor, the salesperson. So those are those core members that they first have to appoint, and of course do the rest of the setting up. We will give them what requirements, what classrooms, what machineries, etc. So we will be sharing the list, and we will help them source it out. So that's something that they will have to look at. And once the setup is done, the staff will have to be trained. So like I said earlier, the SOP will be shared on what to do, how to do, where to onboard students, and what is the process and how the university works. So all that training will be given. And post that, of course, the franchisee will have to, start marketing themselves. We have the marketing collaterals and everything designed. So all of that will be shared with them with their addresses. But they will have to go and source out the marketing themselves. Having said that, because we are the head office and we also do our marketing as well. So we can extend students who are coming from that area, and we can extend that to those franchisees as well. So it's a give and take. So we will be doing that. And post the students coming in, again, the SOPs they will have to follow. We will be monitoring how the delivery of the program is being done. All the admin work, all the paperwork, whatever is required, there will be a one-point contact from the head office, who will be in contact with a one-point contact from their side. And wherever they get stuck, we are just a phone call away.
And
So that's the process.
just to add to that, because when we talk about complete hand-holding, that goes through and through, in the sense that like I'm from a marketing and sales background, so I'll talk on that aspect of the business. That I think when COVID hit us all, it taught us a few very critical lessons. That maybe newspapers, maybe hoardings are not the way to invest in marketing. Going digital is probably the best way. However, having said that, there would be certain tier 2 or tier 1 cities where there could be a requirement of BTL activities, below the line activities, that would be required. I think we have a lot of people here in sales and marketing team who have 15, 18 years of experience just in sales and marketing. So we would be happy to extend that support, how things work, how to get your search engine optimization done, how to ensure that your Google is giving you the correct leads from the correct locations, how your Facebook marketing can be done, how to promote, even for example, today's webinar, how a similar webinar can be done at your end. So all that expertise will come along with the opportunity for opening a franchisee. So it's not that we sell the name and then say, hey, you got the name, now go ahead and do it. Here's the product, here's the information, go and sell it. No, we have to ensure that you also are a part of our success story, because if you succeed, we also succeed as well, because it's the brand name that succeeds at the end.
And it's the brand name that sells. So we make sure that it's the value is consistent throughout. So we will make sure and we will help you do that.
Well, absolutely correct. And I think this is now giving me some confidence about the marketing now. Next question I see coming up is probably, it's a change. You know, fashion is something what Ashokji also mentioned, and I would endorse. One thing which is constant in life is change. And fashion also comes in the fastest category of the change part. What changes do you make? Because the trends have been, you have been in business for past 12 years now. What aspects do you see, and how frequently you get some changes into the business model or the module that you're using? How do you intercept on that? Yeah.
Okay, like what?
Mr. Mukherjee, do you want to answer this?
Yes,
Yeah,
so
she
like
got disconnected. Yeah.
Though I am not the expert at the product aspect, I'm more in the sales and marketing, but what I have observed from being in the system for so long is that ICF as an organization is always ready and is always willing to adapt. Because just like fashion, if you don't adapt yourself to fashion industry, so even with regards to the product that we are selling, the content of the product, we are constantly reinventing it to ensure that it's market ready. On that note, I think Gulbash ma'am has joined back. So ma'am.
Okay, hi, sorry, disconnected.
That's okay.
I don't know what you've spoken about. Marketing, I think Abhishek is the right person. So I think I'll only academy. So from the module point of view, we teach you update our curriculum when the industry regulations changes or anything that is any change that is being made by the designers or fraternity. Am I?
You're audible, however, it's
I think she's got disconnected.
fluctuating. Yeah.
But I think we get the picture that yes, we keep updating our modules to ensure that it's as per what the industry requires right now, because I cannot be selling salwar kameez when the demand is for the next brand of jeans, or who would have thought of a denim that can be torn and it becomes a fashion statement. That's what fashion is all about.
Absolutely. So a question for you, because you're mastered in the marketing part. So let's deep down a bit, because that really worries getting more students. What kind of marketing support do we get, and what is the frequency? Is it paid by the franchisee, or do we share the cost? How does that work?
See, when it comes to the BTL, that is primarily totally up to the franchisee that is managing the thing. But otherwise, yes, there would be a share that we will have on the digital aspect of the marketing. However, as I mentioned, especially in as you said, the targeted cities that you have in your plan, digital is probably the best way to address it. And it is because, for example, if I see a hoarding and I come to the Fashion Institute, I don't know, or I cannot measure how the person came into the system. But when it is a digital lead, I can definitely then say, okay, this lead came from Facebook. Today he has walked into my campus. Hence, Facebook is working for me. Or if Facebook is not working for me, I can measure it. So I think that is the benefit that digital gives, which from any investor perspective, I would always recommend as the first choice. However, once you're getting into the market, yes, you would want to, come in with a splash. So those newspaper inserts, those newspaper ads can always happen. However, I personally also feel that digital is probably the best way to handle things.
Thank you, Mr. Mukherjee. That was well explained. Two more questions because we're coming to the end of the webinar. People pick up franchisee only because of the one reason, which is ease of business. A lot of licenses are required because people think I can do this, but licenses really eats up and they don't get it. So first question first, what kind of licenses are required to run a business like this? And second, what kind of support will I get from ICF?
Vashram, would you like to address that question?
Abhishek ji, aap hi kar lijiye, because I keep getting switched off in between. So, yeah.
See, I think when it comes to the licenses, having been in the system for 12 years, we are aware of what are the kind of obstacles or hurdles that can come in for any franchise that comes in, because it's just a simple logic of been there, done that kind of logic. So any issues that yes, there could be standard state-wise requirements as well that probably would be more at a state level. Tamil Nadu might have certain rules which maybe say Maharashtra does not have, because from an ease of business, you also know, for example, Andhra Pradesh has easier investment opportunities as compared to other states. So different states would have different license requirements. So I would definitely recommend that perhaps it's best to go state-wise and understand what are the requirements at a state level.
Having said that, for your the fashion point of view, from academics point of view, we are the members of Fashion Design Council of India. We are the members of WGSN, which is a world forecasting site. So that all will be extended to the franchisees, because that's a core part of how you understand the fashion industry, because Fashion Design Council of India is also now have collaborated with the Lakme Fashion Week Mumbai. So both of them, they have their shows, the fashion shows, and anything and everything that the designers, want to showcase on a public platform, or getting in the buyers, etc. So from that point of view, our students, because we are members, our students get to visit the shows at the level of the international buyers coming in. They get to participate in the sense of volunteering. So they interact with the buyers as a volunteer hired by these organizations. And so all the talks that are being organized by these organizations, the students get to attend that. So again, you're very connected with what is happening in the industry. And as far as WGSN is concerned, that is a forecasting site where the entire world, the designers from across the globe follow it. So the students are not learning from the book, they're learning from what the industry really follows. And that will also be extended to the franchisees. So from academics point of view, the Thai membership, it's the Indian entrepreneur thing. So they have a lot of talks, seminars. They have every chapter in every city of the country and abroad. So all the members are invited for the chats and the seminars and the talks. So they also bring in venture capitalists. So the students get an access there as well. So from the academic point of view, the students have all these memberships that, the franchisees will get benefits from there as well.
Thank you, Dr. Dugal. That was my next question, which you already answered. So I was asking prominent share of, for a new investor for a franchise partner as a key performance indicator, but I think you already answered that question pretty well. So friends, this is what we are going to offer you today, and we have been posting our numbers on the chat box. Please get in touch with us. If you have any questions, we are more than happy to do a tri-party call with the industry specialist, Dr. Dugal, Mr. Mukherjee, and the entire panel is there for you, giving you the handhold and understand even the small aspects of the investment going to make. I see that the biggest investment in this business is eating up the share of the infrastructure, which is going to be set. So if you would like to know, infrastructure would include what all in detail, please reach out to us. In fact, after this call, our team members will get in touch with you, each and every single member who is here watching us live on YouTube and Facebook. Please drop your numbers. We will ensure that every one of you is touched, because we want to give you a selective business with an informed decision. And also going at the next stage, if you would like to visit their current colleges, operating colleges, how the operation works, of course, we would be more than happy to do that and do a tour of their exact location and get a feeling of that. I think you have answered pretty well. So I would really want to thank you all for joining us. And I would again turn the spotlights back to Dr. Dugal and Mr. Mukherjee. Any last minute thing, last point you want to tell the investors about your business, or anything you want to add up, please? Thank you.
So I'll go first, then Abhishek ji, you can come in. The only thing I can say is I see a lot of scope, and I see a lot of people wanting to join courses, and specifically from a tier 2 cities and tier 3 cities, other cities, they all want to be connected to Delhi, because Delhi is the hub of fashion. And if that connection is there, we will extend every possible help and hand-holding possible to ensure that the franchisees and the students enrolled at the franchisees have the best experience. And there is zero chances of, from academic point of view, zero chances of failures for a student to go ahead in life. because we've seen the success stories. You saw one of what Abhishek ji just shared before he started. And that boy started as a stylist, is now a brand manager at Valentino Armani. So that's the growth. So he started with a stylist at Marks and Spencer. Now after doing graduation, his salary was, because of course salaries will depend on the cities as well, because he was in Delhi. His salary started with a 25,000, and while he was still in college. So even before graduation, he could earn so much. And today you can imagine, as a brand manager of a brand like Valentino or Armani, what what a difference it would be. So we as a brand are focused on the student success. So and we'll do anything to handhold to do that. So our full support to every franchisee. And ये एक ऐसा franchisee business है जहाँ पे आपको कोई risk factor नहीं है. Your ROIs are done really quick, and this is the most money-making franchisee, which Mr. Abhishek will definitely tell you. Abhishek ji.
Completely agree. And from a database perspective, we usually get around 200 to 300 leads on a daily basis. That's like a regular day. And keeping in mind that we only target areas around Delhi NCR and not pan-India, because yes, that physical presence is required for these courses. So we have not expanded our marketing to pan-India basis. So getting 200 to 300 inquiries, and the usual feedback from the kids who want to actually plan is that they're tired. I think they're tired of the typical, mommy, daddy statements of kid engineer ban jao, doctor ban jao. They want to expand. They want to look into an area where they see an opportunity. Fashion sells. Fashion is something that has glitter around it. It has that, excitement of money around it. I think that is what makes it such an exciting industry. Not only, women, though that is the major percentage of the data that comes in. So many male population are also getting into this industry, and we know that there are so many popular fashion designers. And trust me, when we actually teach our course, it's not just typical kitab kholo beta kachi pakad lo aur kaat lo. We actually have them connect with these fashion designers as well. We ensure that they get that fashion industry experience where they are working with people like, say, a Sabyasachi or a Ritu Kumar. So they get that kind of expertise and experience. Ki, hey, think like this. You might, for example, you might be a great cook. You maybe make the greatest biryani on the planet. But is that the biryani that people want to eat? So one aspect is being a great designer. The other aspect is making it industry relevant. So we will ensure that every student that comes out of your college is industry ready, is ready for the industry. Those are the people who will go and tell others, ki, I love studying at ICF. Why don't you join them as well? Word of mouth is what we will be focusing a lot on, making sure things like, say, a net promoter score, the NPS, constantly happens at your campuses. Where are they happy, not happy? How many of them have rated you 1? How many of them have rated you a 9 or a 10? If they've rated you 9 or 10, connect with them again, how to get feedback. People who give rated you 1, what is not going well for them? I think all those things are something that will keep training you all so that you also have a profitable model as well.
Well, that was really interesting to understand, of course, setting up the prospects. So friends, this is what International School of Fashion is all about. Please write to us on our respective email address, and you can even call us at 97176 83838. And you can even call us directly for any kind of information that you're looking for at feedback@franchiseindia.in. I repeat, feedback@franchiseindia.in is our email address, and our hotline numbers are 97176-83838. We are very eager to hear from you. Do let us know if you have any questions, any queries that we can answer, anything that we can help you pick up the right business in the industry of fashion, education. We are here for you. With that, let's come to an end. And thank you so much, Dr. Duggal and Mr. Mukherjee, for being a part of a wonderful event. And thank you all my friends who are here. And I must say, people who have especially watched this till end are the real serious people. So hats off to you. Eager to hear from you. All my friends on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you. Best of the year. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.